with you.
Morning, YouTube. Morning, good morning. The reason I'm making this vlog today is because I noticed that a lot of people have been trying to figure out what they want to do with their career, whether or not they want to go to school, whether or not they have to go to school, whether or not they'll be happy with whatever career decision they make. Right now they're trying to answer a lot of questions and they don't know a lot about the careers themselves. People want to be a nurse, but they don't really know everything a nurse do. They want to be an electrician, but they're not really sure everything an electrician does because they haven't actually been out on the job, right? They just hear, you know, that those are good careers or that they can get some money doing it or something like that. A lot of people ask me what I suggest. I mean, it's not a secret. I'm an accountant. It's not a secret. I recently went back, got my degree in accounting. Everybody knows I like dealing with money. Well, not money in the sense of dollar bills, but like large accounts, digital currencies and stuff like that. I like the ideas of business, the principles of business, but that's me. So when people ask me like what I suggest, I'm gonna say I suggest accounting. And most people feel like it's too much math. It's not really a whole lot of math in accounting. It's really not a lot of math. It's numbers, but not necessarily math. You know, if you can multiply, divide, add, and subtract, you can do accounting. You know, like, and everybody can do that. That's, you know, everybody took algebra before. You don't even do algebra in accounting. You know what I mean? So anyway, when it comes to how I weight what career you should pursue, there's only a few. There's a select few positions. One is nursing, one is accounting. Of course, you can go be a doctor or a surgeon. Those are high-paying careers and such. But they also require a lot of money to invest in education, a lot of time. What a doctor gets a 4-year degree, then a master's degree, which may be another year or two. So that's right there, 6 years. And then they got to go to medical school. Medical school may be another 4 years or so. So they put you at 10 plus. You got to do residency. Well, at least in residency, I think you'll be getting paid. But I don't know if they have to get a specialty too. Like if you're not just going to be a family practice doctor, maybe you have to go get a specialty, which may be another year or 2 or 3. I don't know. I'm guessing on that. But to think that you could graduate at 18 years old and you could be 28, 29, 30 before you actually even go to work. And then your residency time, you're not really getting paid like the several hundreds of thousands of dollars that, you know, a doctor can make. And I've known doctors who didn't really make a lot of money, made 100 and some thousand, and you know, they were paying like 25, 30,000 in insurance because they had their own practice and stuff. And so they just ended up going and working for a company like a hospital because it was just financially, it made just more financial sense. So they wouldn't have to carry that insurance on their own and stuff like that. Anyway, so nursing and accounting to me are the top two. That's just my opinion from everything that I know, everything that I've seen, are like the top two for people who want money fast. As far as you want to take the minimum route to education to get a high earning career. So nursing, you can get an RN degree with 2 years. That's an associate's degree, people. It is not a bachelor's degree to be an RN. You can still go to school and get your bachelor's degree in nursing, which is a BSN, but with 2 years, I have a friend of mine, she makes $53 an hour, and she gets $78 in overtime, right? She made $53 an hour with an RN, with a 2-year degree, $53 an hour. That's crazy. That's insane. That's insane. So to get a BSN, and MSN, which is a master's degree in nursing. You can still go back and get that stuff, but to get a bachelor's degree, you know, you're talking people can make over $100,000 with a bachelor's degree, and that's crazy unless you're an engineering person, which is another path. Engineering is another path. I just don't know a lot about engineering. I don't know how, you know, how many people are looking for engineers. I know nursing and accountants, they are, you know, they're everywhere, you know, like positions are everywhere, you know, for auditors, budget analysts, whatever. If you're an accountant, you good. If you're a nurse, you good. And in most places, it seems like they're hiring more nurses than doctors, you know, it's crazy. But anyway, so for nursing, you got a bachelor's degree or associate's degree, and you know you can write your ticket. You know you good. Yeah, so you good. You write your own ticket, and so for accountant, to be an accountant, you just need a bachelor's degree in accounting, finance, or economics, and you straight. Like you don't have to go back and get a master's degree. As a matter of fact, having a certification, say a CPA or CMA or CIA, Certified Internal Auditor, something like that, CGFM, Certified Government Financial Management. Like you can get a certification, and you never need a master's degree to proceed in your career. I mean, and in my certain situation, my particular situation, I've been working in the field for a little less than a year, and you know we get to wear, you know, tie every day and sit in boardrooms, and of course we still do our little, you know, cubicle stuff or whatever like that, but this is a much different lifestyle than working on cars, you know what I mean? Some people probably couldn't do what I do because maybe they want to be out and they want to be working physically in fields and stuff like that. That's just not for me. It's probably more so for my daddy. You know, my daddy probably would prefer to be more hands-on, ride around on tractors or something like that. It just ain't for me, you know. But anyway, it's a very comfortable living. You're in air-conditioned, controlled environments and stuff like that. And it's what I always wanted to do since a child, like to be a businessman. And now I get to be a businessman. So this is kind of fulfilling like a childhood dream almost. But with accounting, you just need a bachelor's degree. And you don't actually even have to get a certification. You don't actually have to get a master's degree to move up. You can go as far as you want to, or as far as you can, you know what I mean, I guess, whatever. But for instance, in my situation, I got a bachelor's degree. Most people are like, yo, I'm going back to school to get my master's or whatever like that. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I probably won't ever go back and get my master's degree. I'm pretty sure I won't. My career right now, currently, I work for the government, and I just accepted another position. If you saw my previous vlog, you'll see that. But I just accepted another position, and with the current position that I'm in, you know, that I'm in, they look at more. The government looks at experience, and they weight experience higher than they weight education. You know what I mean? Like, would you want somebody who has been to college all their life, but they've never worked before, so we don't know what this person's gonna be like? You know, this person could be a party animal or whatever like that. We don't know, but this person who's had to go to work and has got actual experience working on programs and is accustomed to a certain structure or whatever like that, and then they have the same amount of experience, because it don't matter what you go to school for. When you get to your job, you kind of got to learn your job, except for like necessarily medical, like doctors. They kind of might know a lot more. Even still, they still got to learn on hands-on or whatever. But if you went to school for management, when you get a job at Burger King, you got to learn how to be a manager at Burger King. Like, it doesn't matter what your education background is, because you still have to get there and learn the job. So would you want somebody who has experience already, who's proven over the last year that they can perform this a certain position at a high level, or would you want somebody straight out of college? I just have both, right? But to go and get a master's degree wouldn't necessarily help me in my current career, because I have experience, or I'm gaining experience. So I got in a position where it's going to take me high. You You know, it has what they call a career ladder. Well, it'll take you to different levels, and they'll provide you the training. At the same time, you'll be on the job. So, say a GS9 is equivalent to a master's degree. The current position that I'm in, my career ladder is going to take me to a GS13. I think a GS11 is equivalent to having a PhD, right? So I'm going to go above that, you know, without actually going to school, and I'll be getting paid, right? I'm getting it on the job, and I'd only have a bachelor's degree, but my my education and experience will take me beyond having a PhD. As far as being able to come in and get a position having a PhD or a master's degree, my career ladder is going to take me beyond that with just a bachelor's degree in accounting. Not every career has those career ladders, but accounting is considered a specialized career already. So that's why. And remember, I always say go to school for accounting, because people just say, well, I'm gonna go get a business, a bachelor's degree in business, which is cool and nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, having a bachelor's degree in management and business management doesn't necessarily mean that you can do the job of an accountant, right? So let's say if a job comes open and it's for an accountant or an auditor or whatever, it doesn't mean that you'll be able to do that position with your management degree. But if you are an accountant, you can do that position. Now, if there's a position for a manager, a business, they're looking for a manager, and you have a business management degree, then you fit that. You fit that. But if you have a bachelor's degree in accounting, then you can still do that same position. So having a degree in accounting kind of just checks all boxes. You can do everything a person who has a degree in business management can do, but at the same time, you can do everything, but they can't do what you can do, right? So they can't do what somebody who has a degree in business management or psychology or something like that. Well, we'll take out psychology because that's a whole nother animal. You still got to get a master's usually and so on. Don't go to school for psychology unless you plan to go to school for like a long time, you know what I mean, after. So, and then they don't pay pay the greatest, you know what I'm saying? But having a bachelor's degree in accounting allows you to do everything that every other degree in business can do, but not every degree in business can do what an accountant can do. So you kind of just check all boxes, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And so certain degrees, like, go back to psychology, certain degrees like psychology, you get your bachelor's degree, still not really able to be, you're not really like employable, you know what I mean? Most of them require some kind of licensure, which also the licensure requires you get like a master's degree or something like that. So you still, even if you finish your degree in psychology, what can you do? You can be a career counselor. You can't really be like a social worker or anything. So then you got to go back and get your master's degree. Then you got to go take a licensure. I know a lady, she got a master's degree, did everything, and she has not been able to pass the licensure, and so she works at a mall. You know what I mean? And it's been 12 years since she finished her master's degree, and she's working at the mall because the licensure is what is required to do that job. As an accountant, I finished my bachelor's degree. I am employable as an accountant. I don't actually need a CPA. As a matter of fact, you have to work as an accountant for a while before you're supposed to be allowed to even sit for your CPA. So you're gainfully employed immediately, you know what I mean? Or you have the option to be gainfully employed immediately. And so those are the reasons why I'm saying, if you're going to school to get a career, which means that you're going to school to get money, and you're looking at the time, the longer it takes for you to become employable, you know what I mean, the longer it's going to take for you to get some money. And so I'm just trying to show you like the reason why I say accounting and nursing are, to me, the two top, or of course IT is not bad off either. But like I said, IT, they want certifications generally. But anyway, and also remember, nursing can pay crazy money. I think in San Francisco, 4 nurses made over $300,000. That's crazy. Now, I don't know what their shift schedules was like and stuff like that, but they made more than the mayor of San Francisco. I think it was San Francisco, San Diego, one or two. Well, that's crazy money. And in accounting, if you got a job at a Big Four, coming in with your bachelor's degree, and you moved up, you can look this up. If you look it up, type in Big Four accounting salary 15 years. They say the average accounting salary for somebody who's been working at the Big Four for 15 years is $450,000. Now, to think that some of those people only have a bachelor's degree and they just moved up because of experience and performance, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. How many bachelor's degrees is paying $450,000? You know? I mean, at 15 years. So you could have graduated at 22, by 37, you're making $450,000. And not to mention all the money you made leading up to that. So it's doctors who make $300,000 a year after they do a residency and all the education and stuff like that. It's doctors making $325,000, $400,000, and they just started getting money, and they got $150,000 in student loans, $200,000 in student loans. We're talking about somebody can have a bachelor's degree, and right around the same time as the doctor's first year being able to actually make a decent living, make a decent wage, and everything. This person has been making money the whole time. At his 10-year mark, he was making $200,000, while this guy was still in school, and he ain't gonna have none of the student loans that this other guy's gonna have. I'm telling you, like, it's some money in it. David Tepper made $3.3 billion in 2013. He's a hedge fund manager, economist. Pretty sure he got a degree in economics, which means that he's technically an accountant, in a way, And so, because of being an accountant, you have to have a degree in economics, finance, or accounting. And so, David Tepper made $3.3 billion a year in 2013. He was making over $1 million an hour. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody fool you. Get you an accounting degree. Get you an accounting degree. Get you a nursing degree. And if you really feel like it, go to school, get you a doctorate degree. Become a doctor. That's great. Ain't knocking that. I'm just saying, fastest way to the money is accounting and nursing, unless you're going engineering. But like I said, I don't know a lot of places that, if we talking about anywhere you go, you're gonna get a job doing one of these. Anywhere you go, you're gonna get a job doing accounting, you're gonna get a job doing nursing. That's anywhere you go. I don't know how many places hire engineers, or if they're in specific locations. Like if you went to school for petroleum engineering, which means oil manufacturing or whatever, you have to go live in places that have oil generally, like Texas. Texas is big on them now. They have high salaries. They started like 100, $94,000 or something like that. That's great. That's good money. But we just talking about if you want to live anywhere, you can be anywhere. And, you go to a new city and you can find a position, accounting and nursing. Like, it's guaranteed just about, Anyway, man, appreciate y'all for riding with me, man. I'm almost to work. Casino is the name, man. Subscribe. Close your eyes.